everybody. Welcome back to Two Sides, One Love. I'm Melissa,
And I'm Cecile.
and we're your favorite mother daughter duo. And this podcast is about bridging the gap with laughter and love. Welcome back, everybody. We hope everybody is doing okay. Um, for our weekly updates, or are we calling it at the kitchen table? Let us know. Um, I decided we should do a peak and a valley of the week.
Hmm.
So, what is your peak and your valley of the week?
Did I have a peek?
There's always something, even if it's small.
I'm here.
Let's
That's my peak.
something
Friday.
tangible.
No, Friday. I made it to Friday. I can relax. I can have a libation. Um, you know, I had a small medical thingy that kind of discombobulates you. Testing, but I'm good. But this week was kind of
But
blah for
that could have been
me.
your peak. That everything
Yeah.
was fine
Oh my
medically.
God. God is good every time.
That
Everything is fine. So you'll have to put up for me for a little bit more.
And what's your valley?
My valley, I've been working like a one-legged runaway slave child. That's my valley. And I'm too old for this ish. But
Um,
when you like nice things and comfort, them is the price.
I would say my peak was probably a couple things. I didn't have school this week, so
Mhm.
was able
A
to
little
kind
more
of
relaxed.
relax a little. Um, what else did I do? Oh, I feel like I'm on track to advancing professionally, so I like that as well. Um, Valley would just be the a million things I'm doing.
That she so all self-inflicted, by the way.
Yeah,
Let me add that little nitpick.
that's what I would just say. Just constantly,
Mm-hmm.
brain's a little full. But that's okay.
Isn't it always?
That's okay. That's okay.
Mm.
But side note, I saw this thing on one of these social media places. Don't
Mhm.
know. Don't remember where I
Mhm.
saw
One
it.
of them platforms.
And it was a daughter texting her mother, and the text was like, "Oh, like, do we still have ice cream at home or something like that?"
Mhm.
But that was like their safe word. So if
Oh.
she asks for ice cream, it means come get her right now.
Mhm.
If it's cookies, it's like something in between, and then if
Mhm.
it's like nothing, then she's fine.
Mhm.
But I guess it's a way of like if somebody does catch her phone or whatever, it doesn't look like she's
Right.
alarming anything of
Right.
that
Right.
nature. And I was like, I tell you all the time, we need a
We
safe
need.
word.
Oh yeah, she is a security freak. Um. Well, we can have a safe word, but
But it has to be inconspicuous like that.
it has to be something like that.
That doesn't ring
Because
alarm
if you tell
bells.
me, if you said to me, "Do we have ice cream at home?" I know immediately that something is off because number one, we don't live together, and that's not really your style of.
Yeah.
So something like that, I would definitely know.
Yeah. We'll have to come up with it now.
So we need
But
to
I liked that
ascertain a safe word.
but I
I
liked
think it's
that
a good
idea.
idea, and maybe I need to have one too for you.
It would be the
The
family
same
say
thing.
yeah.
Okay. See, to put it in the notes in my phone,
That's probably true, which is
and hope that the
because don't
perpetrator
don't see it.
won't see it. Safe word. So sad, but I'll remember that. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
ascertain a safe word. Okay,
Um
going forward.
but our onto our pop culture segment, the group chat. First, we're gonna talk about the biggest thing this past weekend, which was the Oscars.
Yay!
And I'm sure this is probably one of their more higher viewership, especially in the last few years,
Mhm.
just because everybody was tuning in to see if Sinners was how many awards Sinners were
Mhm.
going to win.
And which ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously, I've seen everybody black react to Michael B. Jordan winning Best Leading Male
Mhm.
Actor. I too screamed in my house.
Oh, I did. I did.
And
I said, if this boy don't get this, I'm kicking
yeah,
in this
like
TV and turn it off.
he played two people with accents that he
Thank you.
doesn't have, and like hello, and then a vampire. Like there was a lot of
There's a
stretching
lot.
of
It was
acting
stretching every
that
which
he
way.
had to
Yeah.
do. comparative to the people he was in the category with. I hope he's seen all of the videos and all the support that everybody has had for him.
I'm sure he
Everybody in
has.
the room seems to be excited for him as
Oh my God,
well.
yes,
Black and
yes.
white apart, just everybody seems to be excited
Because
for
he's well
him.
deserved,
Yeah,
regardless
like
of all those
you know
factors.
he puts
Yeah.
in the work and you know he be working. So and he's been working for a long time. So
Consistently, yeah.
that was a very beautiful thing to see. Also,
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Coogler winning, and we just hope
Best, yeah.
they continue on this track because boy,
We just have to keep doing what we do
yeah.
and not be distracted by the nonsense.
I think Michael B. Jordan is slated to be in like 6 big films this year or something like
Really?
that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He just upped his money big time too.
I mean, he's
It
been.
was probably
I
up, but
mean,
you
I
know,
would
I
say
think the
he ain't
sky's
been
the
cheap for
limit
a
right now.
minute now.
Yeah, he been, yeah, yeah. You
I
know.
would say probably post Creed is probably
Yes.
when
Yes.
he reached a different tier of money.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, now that he is Oscar Academy Award winner,
Winner
Michael B.
Michael
Jordan,
B. Jordan.
yes,
Yeah, it's a
they will
whole
have to pay
nother.
him.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, he been getting paid now for some
And
time.
he works hard, and he does.
Yeah,
He always does a fantastic job.
so
I
for
think
sure.
from Fruitful Station
Hmm.
onwards, he has done a fantastic job.
He's been in soap operas, The Wire,
Yeah, you don't
Friday
realize how
Night Lights.
the body of their work,
He's been around for a very long time.
and
Yeah, he's been doing this as a teenager, so it is well
the first time
deserved.
I remember seeing him was Fruitful Station, I
No,
think.
he was in stuff before that.
I know, but you that's when you
That was his
really
first leading
remember.
role. That's
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
and that was the movie him and
Ryan, yeah,
Ryan
Ryan
Coogler
Coogler,
did.
yeah.
Because same thing, Ryan was a fresh director,
He was.
so he needed somebody.
They
To
believed
make
in
it.
each other, and yeah,
He needed somebody to make him a leading man, and he needed a film to do this with somebody that could do it,
yeah.
and kind of just worked out for them. That's how life goes.
Hard work will invariably do it, though. So I just have to stay with it.
Yeah, some things are timing and
yeah,
I'm sure
definitely
you
timing.
didn't know you were gonna meet him and all these
You
things
didn't
that
even
go
know that
around
you
it.
would evolve to
So
this many years later. You know what I mean?
especially because Ryan Coogler, he was in college on a football scholarship.
He was. Yeah.
So this was not like originally part of the plan.
But it's great.
Of
It's great.
course.
Big congratulations to them. They well deserved. Well deserved.
Yeah. Next in pop culture, we have Huda from Love Island. I know you don't know what this is, so I'm gonna break it down.
I don't.
So the last season of Love Island, there was the girl Huda, and she was the one they called her Hurricane Huda because she was walking around cursing out the man and just kind of
I remember
going
her.
off. Yes,
I remember her. Yeah.
So
She stood out.
she,
Was she the one that had a child?
yes,
Yeah.
she is now in a relationship. She's been in a relationship with this guy since she came out the villa. I believe he was on the UK's version of Love Island, and they started dating or whatever. Recently, his baby mama filed a restraining order against her because apparently she threatened to harm her and said child.
This girl is unhinged.
Yes, she needs to go. She need to go. She need to go to the house. She need to go to the people and talk to them.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and
it was granted. Like this is a granted restraining order.
And this man,
which means they wouldn't have granted it without evidence. And the text messages she was sending him also leaked. I don't know if he intended for the baby mother to use them in court or
I'm sure he did.
If he no, because he's still with her.
He's still with her.
Yeah.
Oh, he's crazy.
So I don't know if he sent them to the baby mama to be used in court, or if he was sending them to the baby mama just to be like, "Yo, like this girl's tripping," or like type. I don't know if he thought his baby mother would go ahead with getting
still be with her?
Because
he dumb. He a simp.
No, I wouldn't say he's a simp. If anything, he's probably more calculated than a simp.
Why would you want to be around that madness though?
Brings him more attention.
Attention? Mm-hmm. Okay. I guess any attention is better than none. Is that where we're at now? In pop culture and in...
Well, for certain people, attention is currency.
Okay.
So...
Alrighty.
Depending...
Be careful what you ask for.
Of course. But like how PR people say there's no such thing as bad press. That's a real thing to some people in the industry. If people are looking and people are paying attention, there's no such thing as... Okay. Yes and no. If you want to talk about it translating to dollars... maybe more recently has been negative, but of past time, it has not been. It'll always get you more money or more clicks or more interviews or more whatever. It gets you out there.
Yeah, but what? So
Attention
okay,
is
we're talking.
currency.
We live in a world where it's about clicks and likes.
But we've in celebrity world, it has always been about
No,
that.
but somebody's talking about that the other day that people just like stuff without even thinking about it. You
Mm,
cannot use that as your currency.
it is
Only
no, but I'm saying
you cannot.
it's your currency for money. Yes, yes.
I just will never get used to that. This is where we're at now. Where
If people on reality TV, the only way you sustain being on reality TV is if people pay attention to you post reality TV. If they
hmm,
don't, you don't sustain that.
but
These
for
are not
instance,
actors. These are not singers.
Huda's
These are not
behavior
this.
is nothing to be rewarded. I'm sorry.
I agree with you, but when she came out the villa, she had the most followers. She had 5 million followers when she came out the villa. I, as a grown up, did not understand it, but a lot of kids apparently liked her.
That's sad.
The little 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds,
That is very, very
because
sad.
maybe
But
she's like
this is
them
where we're
on
at.
the
You're
mature
right.
level. She does act like a child,
They like the
so maybe
drama.
yes,
They're
and
addicted to the drama.
they're not looking
Yeah.
at it like that. They're just like, oh, she was entertaining.
Hmm.
She was That's why they even kept her on the show.
I
Could
know.
have been on a minute,
That's
but
true.
she brought attention whether you liked it or
Or not.
not. So yes, it is currency, no matter how you want to look at it.
And that's my concern nowadays because of course 13 and 14-year-olds, they click on this, they look at it, it's dramatic, it's noteworthy, it's exciting. But I think subliminally that behavior becomes okay. And then
No,
you
it only
have
becomes okay if you don't have parents who parent.
13 and 14-year-olds who believe that that behavior is what will bring them the likes and the currency and all the things that you just mentioned.
That
And that is what petrifies me.
I'm not worried about that. I'm only worried about if you have good parents. It does not. It doesn't do anything. I've been watching Real Housewives since I was probably younger than them. I never thought to be throwing drinks in nobody's face. I never thought to be cursing people out and making this a scene like we're on Love and Hip. I've been watching Love and Hip Hop, Housewives, Basketball
Don't
Wives.
use you as the example.
No,
There are
but
lots of people
what
who
I'm
are way more easily
but what
influenced
I'm
than you'll
trying,
ever be.
I'm not saying that, but that's also due to how I'm raised. That's my point. I have parents. If you have parents who parent you, you just literally look at it as
Or live differently.
you
Yeah.
literally just look at it as entertainment,
Yeah.
and you move on. Like
But
you
the sad
don't.
thing is that though there are lots of teenagers who don't just look at that as entertainment. They look at that as something to emulate.
But
That's also the reality.
yes, but that has always been the reality.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
don't have a certain type of parenting or type of mindset, that's always been the reality. You're just seeing it now.
I just
But
know.
celebrities been doing things that are crazy for ages.
That's true.
Since Marilyn Monroe standing over the vent showing her, like, I mean, what are we like? These
Yeah.
are things that have been
The
around.
more things change, the more they remain the same.
You're just seeing it.
But I would hate to be a parent nowadays. There's so many things you have to kind of navigate and look out for, and your head and mind and eye has to be on a swivel.
I mean, I
Continually.
can understand that.
It's really hard.
I can understand that for you because you didn't grow up in social media age. There's nothing my kid can run on me about social media because
Yeah, but I'm not
that's
talking about your age group. I'm talking about now raising, let's say, a
I know
10-year-old
that's
now.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Versus you, who you had me first of all, you had me way older and like comparative to other people.
Mhm.
And then what I'm saying is, if I had a kid now, they can't run game on me about social media because I grew up with social
Yeah,
media.
they can't run game, but you're constantly. I mean, it takes a lot out of you to be that vigilant all the time.
No, it doesn't because it's something I grew up with and I'm used to.
So you
it
know
takes
how
more.
to put in the stop.
I'm on Instagram every day myself. So what are we
Right.
like? This isn't something that's I'm not doing in my regular everyday anyway. Like,
But you have to make sure and see what they're at. If they're
that's what you have to do anyway with children.
they're on some app under a different name. Are they doing this?
That's
or
what I'm
that?
saying. They can't run game on me because I know
But
all those
you
things.
gotta be like an FBI agent with them kids nowadays.
You
'Cause
know,
there's so
you know
many
that you know that's
angles.
what they call women of our generation is that we're better than FBI agents. Like, I mean, that's what they say.
It's
Give her-
exhausting.
I refer to mine. Give her a man Instagram. She gonna find out everything you need to find out about that man. Okay.
Well,
This is we are brought up in it. You can't run game on me about this. We invented running.
No game, baby.
Not even that, but we invented running game with social media on parents. Like that's what we like. Y'all can't run game on us. That's crazy.
Child, I be old.
But also in general, the things just change. You always have to be vigilant. If your kids
You had to
if
be.
your kids walk to a bus stop, you don't see who maybe is in the neighborhood.
Oh my goodness! I mean, you know me.
What I'm saying is, you always have to be vigilant.
Always
Like
have to be
that's not
vigilant.
now.
But
It's
it's
just in the
just
phone
worse
versus
though.
outside.
It's worse
It's just worse
now.
because you didn't grow up in it, but it's not
Maybe.
necessarily worse.
Maybe.
When versus outside, they're just probably in the phone. Yes, it's more, but like I said, parent. You know they don't. You know they only get a phone if you give them one, right? They only get these things if you give them
Hmm.
it.
But they go to school on computers. They almost need a phone. It's
See,
kind of
that's the
crazy.
no. They don't need a phone.
It's going to be so fun to watch she parent her children. It's going to be
And I'm sure
my
now,
reality
I think
show.
they're making a lot of phones that may have parental
Yeah, it's
controls.
going to be my reality show to watch this. I have a front row seat
all
because
you
she's
can,
vigilant too. So
all you can
you can't
do,
really run game on her. So
all you can do is explain things to
yeah,
them. That's also another thing. Don't just say you can't do this.
you have to be wishy washy. Yeah,
Explain it.
and I think that was the difference. I always said that my mother was ahead of her time because she was one of the few parents back in the 70s who, when most parents said don't do, don't go, don't move without
Hmm.
explanation, my mother always told me why. She
Hmm.
always trusted me enough, trusted my intelligence, and told me why. And it made all the difference in the world because I had the full picture.
I'll even print out some real life
You
examples because
know,
if it's a kid like
and
me, they might need that. So,
and it was easy. I never did anything untoward, as I recall. It could have been a few, but
remember I was talking about
nothing.
this the other day. If I have a child like me who's logical brained,
Hmm. Then you won't have a problem. But
because A
if you
plus
only
B,
if you're gonna have three
A plus B
kids,
equals C.
you think all of them gonna be like Melissa Campbell?
No, but they could all have sense.
They better have sense, cause
They
you can
could all
beat
have
this into
sense.
them.
They could all have sense.
They gonna have some kind of sense. She gonna make sure of that.
That's what you can have.
Hmm. You gonna have some good sense.
And then also, so Jack Harlow, I don't know if you know him. He's a
Hmm.
rapper, white guy.
Hmm.
He released an album. So he came into the game as like a rapper.
Right.
This album is more like neo soul type
Hmm.
of thing.
Hmm.
Um, so it's been talked about whether or not it's good, not good.
Hmm.
We didn't know he was going to this vein.
I'm gonna listen to it. I should have listened to it.
So he did an interview, and they were talking about how usually, so like white people will get put on through black culture, but then switch genres or switch whatever they're doing to
Hmm.
what they really want to do. I.e., Post Malone, who came in as a rapper, but now he does
Hmm.
country and folk music.
Right.
Um, but they were like, actually, you kind of went. They were trying to avoid saying blacker, but then Jack Harlow said, "Yeah, I got blacker." So then that snippet has been running
So what's
rampant.
wrong with that?
No, everybody knows what he meant. Just hearing "I got blacker" and "you're a white man" was a little like it was just like now,
To black people,
now
that's
nigga.
nothing. I mean,
No, they just took it. So
we're
they
like, we see you, okay.
so they took the opportunity
Hmm.
to now make jokes on the internet
Oh.
because it's hilarious.
Hmm.
So they were calling him like how he was dressed was very like early 2000s common type of thing. Like that's how like it's giving
Damn.
it's giving. So they were literally calling him like music no child like or
Oh,
doing
okay.
puns.
Right,
Yes.
right, right, right,
So instead of
right.
most definitely
Right,
not.
most definitely not.
So tons of puns of like
Hmm.
just different things. So he began dragged a little bit just because the snippet of a black man saying I got blacker was just I know what he meant, but it
Isn't
was
he a
funny.
white guy?
Yes, that's why. That's what.
Yeah, so, hey. They always want to be us some kind of way.
It's not that I knew what he was saying.
Hmm.
He was
I
just saying
mean, I'm
he
fine
went.
with it. I don't believe in hey.
I think it was just saying the statement I got
Hmm.
blacker.
Hmm.
No, the music you
I
did.
got blacker.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he
Maybe
was.
he did get blacker. We don't
He did not get blacker.
know.
He's a white man.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about mentally, figuratively.
You
Yeah.
can't. No, you're a white man. You can't get blacker.
Oh yeah, they all think that they can,
No, I think he
imitate
literally
imitate the
he wasn't
culture.
even trying. He literally just meant yes. I'm now doing what
Blacker.
people may consider even more of a black
Hmm.
genre.
I'm gonna listen to. I'm
Which
curious
is
now. I'm gonna listen to that
he
album.
could have just said that, but nonetheless,
Okay.
just
Too
be
many words. He just figured to say
black.
blacker.
Hilarious. And then the biggest thing I think probably since yesterday was the cancellation of the Bachelorette season with Taylor, Frankie, Paul.
Not surprised.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised about what?
Because from I heard about the whole abuse thing, which came, they had a thing on Good Morning America about three days ago, and this whole, if you listen to the interview, she got real thing. Something was up. I knew something was up, and it was going to be negative in my spirit. That's just me. So then when it came out, and of course the timing of this video with her, kicking the crap out of her. Is it her husband or
No,
boyfriend?
I don't think they're married. She's not married. She was on the Bachelor. She was going on the Bachelorette, so she can't be married.
Well, maybe she was married at the time. She's been married.
I don't think that
She has 3 kids, doesn't she?
That does, mommy. What age are we living at? Does not
I
mean she was
know,
married.
but I figured,
I think they have different fathers. Mommy, please, let's.
Oh,
you're really
okay.
showing they do what she
I know.
does.
You're
Come
showing
on
my
now.
age. I just figured, she at least got one. So, Mormon too. Like, okay.
But that's why the show is called Secret Lives
of Mormon Wives.
Secret,
so that's why I thought she
secret.
was married.
She
to
may have been at some point,
because
but
it said
but what I'm saying
wives.
is, I don't think he was her husband. That's what I'm
Oh,
trying to say.
okay. I think
She
I
could
think he
have
was
been
the last
prior.
child's father or something.
Yeah, maybe. But like what I'm saying, she's not
regardless,
never married.
the video is despicable.
Mm-hmm.
She clearly has an alcohol problem. It's very clear she does.
Like lots of people.
And I guess with the franchise for The Bachelorette, they're trying to judge it up and judged it too much. So
I'm still surprised that they're not going to air it. That's so much
I
money.
think, to be honest,
That's
airing
so
it
much money.
would really be beneficial to them. Because of the way she is, I think people who didn't normally tune in would tune in. Yes, ironically,
that is exactly what would happen.
Mm-hmm. But it's the Disney brand.
I think that's probably what it is.
I think that's.
But in general, though, I was still surprised that they just completely are not going to air the
at the
season.
last minute.
You know how much money in advertisement they're gonna have to pay Warner Brothers back. That doesn't it's not just you can take it off.
It's
no,
like it's a mess.
Money,
a lot of money.
Because the point of putting money into advertisements, you get the money back with viewerships. If you don't get the money back, it doesn't really make any sense. That's like if somebody did a movie, Warner Brothers gave somebody a movie, you filmed it all, but then you don't put it out. They probably made
a rash decision. They could have put out this, after the video TMZ'd it.
Here's the thing, I'm not I don't think it was necessarily, I don't know if it's rash. Sometimes a lot of things be happening behind closed doors for a while before public people ever know about anything.
It was being aired up to 3 days ago.
No, I know that. I'm talking about the conversations maybe of what to do if this happens. Like, is this going to be an issue? I'm sure conversations were being had.
Oh, yeah. I mean, these people get paid a whole room of executives.
Prior to that, obviously, I don't think they had seen the video.
No, they pulled it after this video came to light. That's when they pulled it.
I know.
They knew about the video.
Yes, but I'm saying
but clearly they didn't see it.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Or maybe they saw it, but they didn't think it would have been spilled. I don't know.
Oh, no, they knew it would be spilled. She's on reality TV. Like, I mean, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, chances are.
Yeah.
But ironically,
or maybe one person, or who even knows about management, maybe one person thought, oh, we know we're going to air it. Or maybe somebody else came and was like, no, we're not airing that.
They could have put on a nice little statement. A nice little, even broadcast statement, saying that we know whatever, she has gotten, this is 2023, she could have said, I've gotten, counseling and help and all this.
Aside to that, on her show, doesn't seem like it. And 2, they didn't name the contestant, but somebody from her season spoke out and talked about how awful she was. So I don't think it was going to show her in a positive light anyway. But I do think it was going to be entertaining.
I think that this was more than just the video then. Yeah.
But I do think it was still going to be entertaining.
Yeah, but I think the Disney brand, the ABC brand, they had to protect that.
I think it's going to be it. It's like, who cares? Like, nobody thinks this
represents
nobody
cares,
Disney.
But they still have a brand, apparently.
I wonder if there is insider, like, disagreement about it.
I'm sure there is.
Because, like I said, who gonna pay these people their money back?
Maybe they can afford it.
It has nothing. No. It ain't about that though.
But they could be sued. There can be so many things.
The different ads that they run. They also run ads in the show.
I know.
Like all the product placement, all the different things that they do.
All about that. The people
have done that. If you don't put out the product. Yes, you got.
There's going to be a lot of lawsuits. We live in a litigious society, and that is prime
But I mean, if I spent money, yeah, you gotta pay me back.
Of course.
That's not even like this. You gotta pay me back.
Yeah,
because the whole point was to recoup when it aired.
Exactly.
So yeah, you gotta pay me back. You do have to pay me back. Okay, how much money?
And then the season's just dead.
That's
they had so much promo.
And then also they had to find something to go in the slot time. Now remember, Bachelor's 2 hours on a Monday. It's 2 hours on a Monday.
That's a bigger problem.
The Bachelor also usually has about 20 something episodes. 2 hours on a Monday, 20 something episodes for however many weeks.
Maybe we could put together a Bachelorette show. And
so again, this is more than just it's coming off the air.
This is a lot.
That's a lot of scrambling.
And for them to decide not to air it, it must be
bad. It must be something else. Yeah, because
it's got to be bigger than this video.
That's a lot of complications of like trying to fix that right. Because like it's set to air Monday.
I know.
So they haven't even had months to film something. No, it's set to air Monday. So I don't. And it's like, will we ever see it? Because from what I heard, it does sound like it was interesting.
She sounds like, yeah. Ooh.
I know somebody at ABC is mad because they know it'll even get more ratings now. And they're mad that they're not playing it. I know they are.
I don't know what they're going to do to fill that slot.
It's 2 hours every Monday. I don't know.
It's
2 hours every Monday. The entire season is filmed. The entire season.
Wow. I just want to see how this plays out.
Like,
because this is a whole lot of money. Whole lot of money at risk.
Maybe they need to start getting like Love Island to start filming reality TV live in the moment.
Something.
Because that's what Love Island does. Love Island, I think the difference is only like maybe a day and a half, 2 days. Mm-hmm. It is in real time.
Somebody is working as we speak.
To make something happen.
To make something out of that.
They have to, though.
Yeah, they have to. They have to.
Because you pay for stuff like that's craziness. That's so much. So much money. So much moving around.
For sure. How that's negotiated and how that's handled.
I would.
I'd really love to be in the general counsel office and
not even general counsel. I want to be with the big people, and I know they arguing, and I want to hear the argument. I know they arguing.
Well, every move they make, they have to look at the legal ramifications. I assure you. So.
I mean, legal ramifications in showing her season. That's a morality clause. That's not there's nothing illegal that she did in terms of like on their show. Yeah, like this is a separate thing.
Nothing that a lot of people haven't done. Like
this is a separate thing on a separate show, and it's being handled separately. So it's not like she's running from the law. Like So there really is no legal ramification of them showing her season. It's more of a PR thing and morality thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm trying not to endorse domestic violence, which I do understand, but I'm also just not paying the millions and millions.
But they could have handled it as, again, they put out statements for more egregious acts. So you figure that they could have crafted something or would have, based on what the alternative is going to be, crafted some kind of statement. But
Disney has a tough morality clause.
They do. They don't play. And you got to respect that.
That's
I'm glad somebody does.
That's why Shannon Sharp don't work at ESPN no more.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is also now with Disney. Y'all know Disney owns a lot of things, and they don't be playing.
They don't be playing with the
so they
like it is the foolishness, and I respect it. I respect it because somebody got to at some point. Jesus.
Here's the thing. I get it, but also, see, I'm a business major. I'm airing the season if it's me. If I work there, I'm airing the season.
You're also of the era of, ain't no biggie, let's move on.
No, but I'm airing the season because it's supposed to air on Monday and we done shot the whole season. I'm not paying nobody. That's why I'm airing it. If this came out 2 months ago and we could maybe find something to fill the spot, that's different. But I'm not. No, I'm airing it. F it.
Well,
what we gonna get back from?
Somebody gonna have
what
to
we
do
gonna
something.
what we gonna get back from viewership, social media engagement, interviews? Boy, it'd be more enough to pay them people. Oh, I would be airing it.
And of course, there's also,
especially if she was an a-hole on her season, everybody's gonna want to watch that because whoever hates the lead. I mean, you may not like those, but like who really dislikes the lead, especially a woman lead. And so everybody's like, "Oh no, she's terrible." That is
something about her.
That's entertaining.
They have a saying in Jamaica: "My spirit never take her at all." There's something about her was icky, but I'm sure it would have made for good TV because To be honest, even I would have tuned in to see how bad this B girl is.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying to say.
yeah, yeah. It would definitely would have been. Yeah,
I would have heard it.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't think that now they can go back and say they're gonna air it after they done.
Who knows? People do all kind of things nowadays, so anything is
I
possible.
mean,
We
for
live in a
sure.
world where anything is possible. So here we are.
But it's just so much. Like, we're
But
not
we'll
watching the
see. We'll
season,
see
and
what
then now we're gonna
happens.
air the season. So I don't think
No, we'll see what happens.
I'm very interested in what they're gonna do to fill the time.
Yeah,
That's what I wonder.
I'm sure they have. They'll figure something
Yeah,
out.
but it's like the whole point of
They'll
prime
figure
time.
something out.
ABC's also expecting to get that viewership for that slot and that time. All these things translate into
They'll be all right.
dollars. They
They'll be all
translate. It
right.
doesn't matter
They'll
how
be
you
all
make
right.
money. That's how you make the money.
Mm-hmm.
Next segment is AITA. Am I the a hole?
Mm-hmm.
Am I the a hole for rejecting my father's attempt to be in my life after 20 years and for not wanting to form a relationship with his young children? My father was never in my life. The person writing this is a 20-year-old male. My father was never in my life. His parents and siblings were. I grew up seeing them once a week and sometimes more. My mom was on good terms with them, but him, first time I saw him was 6 months ago.
Mm.
He showed up at a cousin's wedding that I was also attending. Then I saw him again 2 weeks ago. He approached me at my grandmother's birthday party. He said he was sorry for not being there and he wanted me to know that he wanted to try and prove himself to me and he wanted me to give him a chance. I told him it was way too late and I wasn't interested. He asked if he could change my mind at all. I said no. Then he tried to tell me that he'd drive over once a week if I agreed and he'd be here for me. He'd pay for stuff like he never did before. He offered to do years of no. He offered to do anything and I told him nothing can make up for 20 years of never seeing his face and making my mom raise me alone. I said he didn't get to change his mind after all her hard work. He ran back to his wife looking dejected. His wife approached me just before I left and she asked me to consider a relationship with her and my father's children. They have 3 under 8. She said they wanted to approach me both times they saw me, but they didn't feel like I wanted them to. And she said my grandparents were willing to give us a chance to get to now know each other. She said it would be great if we could be in each other's lives. I told her I understood she was looking out for her kids, but I'm an only child in all the ways that count for me. I said I'd be friendly with her kids if I'm speaking to them, but I don't want a deeper relationship. Following on from the party, I heard from my 2 aunts and they wanted to know why I was unwilling to work on any of this. They said they said they understood my feelings toward my father, but they felt I was throwing away a chance to have something I wanted as a kid, something I deserved. The bigger issue was me refusing to form a relationship with those kids. They asked me what my reason for that was, and I told them I don't have a dad or a second parent. I only have a mom. She only has me. Therefore, I'm an only child. I said they would be more like cousins, but I wasn't going to string them along and let them think I wanted to be their brother. There's been a lot of back and forth since with my aunts. They don't support my decision. They said whether I like it or not, I am not an only child. And while that is biologically true, that man raising them had nothing to do with me and had no part in making me who I am. The only parent I have is my mom. I can acknowledge I'm still related to those kids, but I cannot find it in me to care enough to form a relationship. I'll be friendly like I told their mom, but ultimately I wouldn't ever go out of my way to spend time with or get to know them. Is he the a hole?
No, he, that's how he feels, and his feelings should be validated. And people cannot expect to stay away for 20 years, approach you in an afternoon, and you all of a sudden welcome them with open arms because you paid for a few things.
Yes. Now I'm a big brother and a son to you and all these different
Right.
things.
I'll be like, get the hell on. No.
Which is essentially what he is.
Yeah. No, it don't work that way.
No.
Because you have now decided after 20 years of absence
How you gonna
that you now, this afternoon, want to build a relationship to suit your needs so that you can be relieved of your guilt. No. Nice to meet you. I respect you and your family. Good to know. And we go from there. That would take time.
Yeah.
And if you cannot enter somebody's life and expect it not to take time and to have no expectations.
Yeah.
If you said, I apologize, I'm here for you, I want to be here for you, but I want to do it on your timetable. Had to give him the control, but that he can, contact you if he wants to or build a relationship very gradually.
Yeah. I will say it doesn't seem like the father and his wife are pushing it. It seems like the other family members think that he should give it a try rather than just being no. It looked like the dad took the no. Like, yeah, he looked sad about it, but it didn't look like he was trying to force
Hmm.
anything upon it. Like, it was just kind of like, well, he has a right to say no, and like, he just kind of went on. I would say if he really does desire a relationship with his son, you have to keep trying. Yes,
Right.
you
You
can't just
keep
ask in
trying.
one
It don't
afternoon.
happen in one afternoon.
You do. It is something
Hmm.
you have to really
You
show
have
that
to
you want to.
build,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um.
And it should be his decision. No
Yeah.
aunt, no
Yeah.
this should have anything to
To
say
say.
because nobody knows exactly the way he has felt being an only child,
Yeah.
being with his mom, seeing, I'm sure,
I'm
struggles
assuming
with
those
his
aunts
mom.
are his father's sisters because he said he still had a relationship
Probably,
with the
probably,
grandmother
yeah,
and the siblings.
right.
So maybe they're like they're seeing it as from two sides,
Yeah,
which
and
I
they want to bring the
understand.
family
Yes,
together, bring them
and
together.
you
I
know
understand what they want
they
to
know
do.
their brother how they grew up. Like, so you probably know that he's maybe not this terrible person or
He's
whatever,
probably not most
but
fathers
aren't yeah
who are not in their kids' life. They're not necessarily terrible people. They're
yeah.
not.
But
They just didn't have the courage or whatever it was at the
yeah,
time, or the discipline, whatever it was, to be in their children's life. But it's not that they're terrible people at all,
no.
you know.
So I think that maybe that's where they're just seeing it from both sides, and maybe seeing it as adults who maybe like sometimes you think you don't want something, but maybe there's something to
He
learn. But he does have to
needs
come to yeah,
time.
he has to come to that
That's the
resolution
most
himself.
important thing. And
And
whoever,
honestly, the more
yeah,
you keep kind of force it, the more he's not gonna do
right,
it.
right,
So
right.
just let it
He
be.
needs time, and it's entirely his decision.
Mm-hmm.
It's as simple as that. And the more you force it,
Is
exactly, is the more you spoil it,
yeah, he's
because you
not gonna
put
want
a
to do it.
bad
Yeah,
taste. So no, and I mean, this, I'm sure this situation is more common than not.
yeah. You know who
So
this reminded me of?
yeah, yeah, I sure.
Especially with the close to his the
Right,
grandmother and
yeah,
siblings. Just not
yeah.
him.
Hmm. That's really
Very much
what
the
it
same.
is. Very much the same. But as I
So
say, it's a very common
yeah.
scenario. There are lots of people out there who really don't know their dad, but they're very acquainted and close to their dad's family,
Hmm.
you know. So, yeah, it's kind of wild. But you
Yeah.
are not in a position to force a relationship
No.
after you have decided, as the parent, to be absent for 20
Hmm.
years. So, and
Yeah.
you weren't in prison or in a mental institution.
Yeah.
So,
Hell, even people in prison write letters.
thank you. Nowadays, they have
They
FaceTime.
do have nowadays. They do
But
have that.
yeah, I think he holds the handle, and they should let it be that way.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
let things happen gradually. Cause
right. Organically is always the best way.
if homeboy's at enough events, trust me, he'll talk to him
Yeah, you'll talk to him,
eventually. Like
and it may not be deep, but at
yeah,
least you'll have a level of
things
relationship.
yeah
Right, right.
start out surface, then they start
Yeah,
out surface,
it's
then you
like
move.
everything else.
Yeah.
You know. So.
So next we have heart to heart. So we're gonna pick two cards and
Hmm.
let's do that.
Okay. My question to daughter today is: if you're going to start a charity, what would it be for?
This is funny is because I'm actively trying to start a nonprofit.
Yeah,
Have the
you
name,
are.
have the logo, like actively really trying to start that, and it is focused on foster children, but not just foster children, really just underprivileged children or even foster kids who have aged out of the system.
And need guidance. Yeah.
Um, just because so many kids do age out of the foster care system and most end up in jail, homeless, or on drugs. Because obviously, if you have no family, no credentials,
Yeah.
no nothing, it's
That is
very
thrown
easy
out
to get
there. No
yeah
guidance.
into the
Yeah.
world.
Because they're
So
18.
yeah, so it would be geared towards that. Want to raise children, just a kind of just like a safe house, which
Hmm.
the name is kind of after that. Um, so yeah, that is something actively
It's just
working
spoken
on.
about for, God, at least 5, 6
Yeah,
years now.
yeah,
Yeah.
like this
So,
is
yeah. Stay tuned for that
yeah.
because that's happening. Okay. What's your question to me?
No, but I want you to answer this. What charity would you start,
Oh,
and what
um,
for?
well, I've always had a thing for adolescent kids. So whatever I did would definitely be around my part of it really would be to counsel them, to build them up, the best way I know how to. Adolescent girls in particular. Um, I just really want to be there for them, almost like a big sister guide kind of thing. I really want to do something with adolescent kids because that 11 to 14 is it's a tough time for kids who don't have any guidance.
Mm.
Um, it's all tough if you any age is tough without guidance, but um,
That's the age where you get really hardened
yeah,
if
you
you
can
keep
get really
experimenting.
hardened, and it's a
And life has grown them up
make or break.
faster than it should
That
have.
it should have, but definitely just being there for kids. Just sometimes a kid just needs a hug. It's amazing how many kids spoke to one kid many years ago, and she had never been hugged, and she was 10 years old, and she said her parents never hugged her, and it made me cry. You know. So sometimes they just want you to hug them for 2 minutes. So just in whatever way I can give of me and my warmth to somebody who in that moment it can make or break them, because sometimes it's a moment um, that can give a child hope, give an adult hope, never mind a
Mm-hmm.
child. So yeah,
So basically, work at my nonprofit.
yeah, basically working her nonprofit. Yeah, that sounds like about right. Who knew? But here we are.
And that really is like a real passion of mine. I've
Mhm.
volunteered with foster kids. I worked as a CASA intern, which is a court advocate for foster
Mhm.
children. I've done presentations on foster children, so that's
It's always
a
been your
real
passion.
thing
Yeah.
for me. Um, but this question is, what is your most unpopular opinion?
Guess my most unpopular opinion is that um, I cannot, for the life of me, understand, especially in these United States, and I'm sure throughout the world, but I live here, so that's what I see. Um, the unnatural love of an animal over a human,
I don't know if it's
and
over a
it's
human.
it's over a
I think
human.
it's
I've
as
met some people. It's over a human.
I would say a lot of them keep it on par as
Or
a
compare it.
yes.
Compare it
Mhm.
literally. They think that this is
Mhm.
like a child.
Mhm.
I will talk about you and they'll tell me about their pet and I am perturbed. It bothers me.
Mhm.
I worked with a woman once who had a premature baby, and the child was deathly allergic to
Dog or
her no,
cat.
her 12-year-old cat.
Oh,
And she put this baby,
through allergy
premature
shots.
baby, to get allergy shots
Mhm.
because they had to coexist in her world.
Mhm.
And I thought that was a criminal act. That's child endangerment. So and of course it wasn't a very popular. My reaction, of course, was not subtle. Um,
Never is.
especially back then. It's crazy. I admire. Okay, fine. You love your animals. Clearly, they love their animals. It's uncanny, but they do,
A
and
lot
I
of people love
respect
their
it.
animals.
And I
Even
respect it. But I almost feel like they will put them ahead of their children.
I think that's a very small subset. There are a lot of people who love their animals, but they do recognize the difference between human people and animal.
Mm.
I think there's a
I
very
think they love them the same, though.
no. I think there's a very
Mm.
small subset of people who are like they're the same thing or care about it the same way. I think it's a very small subset of
So it's
people.
something I've never been fully able to understand. I've tried because I like to. If you may not agree, but you can understand.
Well, I mean,
I
you
don't
can't
stand
try
it.
because you haven't had like a real pet.
I've had pets. I grew up with dogs in Jamaica in the yard.
It's not a pet.
It's a pet. We pet them.
It's not a pet.
They have their freedom, and
It's just
I
it's
have
just the
mine.
dog outside. It's not a pet.
No, but I mean,
So all I'm saying is it's the same way how like you don't understand what it is to have a kid until you have one. I think it's I know and that's not comparing, but I do think it's one of those things that you just have to have it. I think to understand it.
no, I knew that even when if I didn't have
Mommy,
a kid,
if you
it's
no, I think if you had a living, breathing thing from a puppy
I would love it,
to
but not
adulthood,
more than my
no,
kid.
obviously not. I don't think, mommy, most people I don't genuinely, I really don't think love it more than their children. I do not think that. But there are some that do love it a lot. They will spend a lot of money. They will spend,
They do.
yes,
I see people run into a
re-
burning building
to
to
get, yes.
save their pet,
Mhm.
and that's that's that is commendable.
Yeah. But I do think if you love the living, breathing thing from a puppy
I would love it, and I wouldn't
to,
want to see any harm come to it. And I would take him or her to the vet, and I'd make sure it's comfortable.
would you pay for like cancer treatments?
Cancer treatment? No, I would not.
Okay. All
That's
right.
God's way to say He's ready to see Lassie.
Okay.
But no, I would not. But
You ever seen the
if
movie Old Yeller? Nah, you ain't drop a tear at Old Yeller.
oh, we all did. But we, if I had a dog, and I love that dog, and I have a kid that I brought into this world, and that child is deathly allergic
yes,
to that dog, that
yes,
dog has to go.
yes. And I've seen plenty of parents make that decision. Be like,
Mm.
it's once we brought the baby, whatever was, they either got aggressive or they got this, and they be like, we had to let the dog go.
Mm.
I've seen that way more than I've seen the child has to get allergy shots.
Yeah, because if it does happen, they just don't publicize it. But there are a lot of people that put their kids on allergy shots
I mean,
because they're allergic to the animal.
you know who? I don't know,
You
cause
better not put my grandbaby on no allergy shot for no
mommy, I
animal.
don't even have animals, so
Okay.
that doesn't make sense. I was actually thinking about trying not to use names. My best friend who
Mm-hmm.
has animals, and she had I don't know what she would do honestly.
Oh yeah, she probably put that kid on some shots.
She took
Well,
shots.
the thing about it is that that's her thing.
That's what I'm saying, but that's what I'm trying to say.
In
Hey,
that
that's
situation,
like
well, these people. That
no, but
wasn't
I'm just
in that
saying that that
situation.
is like that is this. I don't know. She
Mhm.
put herself on allergy shots because she was allergic to cats.
Well, if she's coming to the process,
She was that's why
but
she got she shots.
so but yeah, it's. But aside from all
Yeah,
that, the
yeah.
love is tremendous.
Like
I
yeah,
mean,
they'll pay for the cancer
they
treatment.
will, yeah, they
You say
will.
nothing.
I mean, I've seen people take money out of their 401k to
Mhm.
have a surgery on
For
a 13, 14-year-old animal.
Mhm.
I'm like,
It's
really?
just put it down.
And I've seen people who had to take short-term disability
Yeah.
because they were so depressed after
The dog,
losing their 10 or 12-year-old dog.
Mhm.
And, that love is,
yeah.
commendable. I just don't possess that level of love for an animal. I really don't. I love them, but not like that.
But also, like you haven't had a pet.
I have a pet.
You've not had a pet. You've been around people that have something, and so you're just like okay. But you yourself have never gone out and like I want this. No.
Girl, I can't take
If
care of
people are
nothing no
around,
more.
if people just have it, they're right. You're like okay. But like, but you yourself haven't had
No.
like a this is my dog or this is
Okay.
my
I
cat.
had a dog. It was my dog.
It was not your dog. Please stop it. That was your people dog. You just there.
The family pet, the family dog.
What'd you do when Prince died?
Nothing.
Exactly.
So, well, we miss him. But we moved on. He was sick. That's okay. Moving on.
I would say my
Mhm.
unpopular opinion would probably be once you reach a certain age,
Mhm.
the trauma isn't your fault, but the healing is your responsibility. Um, I feel like once we're approaching 30,
Mhm.
if you haven't dealt with what you need to deal with, you need to deal with it.
Instead of blaming a parent.
Yeah, or not even whatever. It's not. It doesn't even have to be parent. There's just
Mhm.
situations
It's
that are
usually parents,
unfortunate.
so
It
people
doesn't.
want to
Sometimes
blame.
people experience negative things. It doesn't necessarily have to be from a
That's true.
parent.
Yeah.
Um.
Life's traumas.
Yes, that can just happen. And while that certain things are very much terrible, and I don't know how I would respond either. but you can't just continue to go through life and continue to treat things negatively, people negatively, or
Or use it as an
and just
excuse.
keep falling back on that instead of,
Hmm.
at some point you do have to change the behavior or get the
Hmm.
help that you need to get,
And overcome.
because there's nothing you could do about what happened, but you could do about the future. You can
Hmm.
change, like,
Can change the future.
so yeah.
Um, but do you think that's unpopular?
um
I don't think it is.
I know it's not unpopular amongst my
Mm.
life. I don't know about the masses of people.
I think you should be
um
conditioned to overcome if you plan to live your life, not just
it's
exist.
not that. I think people just get used to living a certain way. I don't think it's. I don't even. Sometimes people don't even realize what they
It
need
becomes a
to overcome.
crutch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it becomes a crutch.
So it's really more so for the people who are living that way.
And unfortunately, people, excuses will keep you back in life. If you always have an excuse, even if there's one, you discard it. Cannot continue to live on you know, the premise that, oh, I have an excuse, so it's okay. No, it's not. It's your job to overcome. It's your job to find the
Mhm.
healing and move forth and not just live, not just be alive, but thrive.
My D9 people, you know what we say about excuses. If you know, you
Hmm.
know. So
Hmm.
that is it for today's episode. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That is how you'll free us from our 9 to 5s. Please interact with the reels on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. All the engagement makes the pod grow. So yes, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook at Two Sides One Love Pod. Yeah, that's it. So come back next week and watch.
We be here.
Oh yeah, we're also on Spotify and Apple. So you can, if you're an auditory person, it's also there. Um, that's it. Have a nice week.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.